What is up, ladies and gentlemen? CJ the Cheese DJ here, and we are back with another Warhammer video for you guys today. And today, guys, we've got a normal battle here out on the Deserty Dunes, and we are playing as the High Elves versus my opponent, the Empire. So, guys, as for my force, we've got 5 groups of spearmen, I believe. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of spearmen. Sorry, I stand mistaken. We also have Tyrion on his horse with Sunfang, obviously. I don't know why you would go into a battle without Sunfang. We also have 4 groups of the Sisters of Avalon, which one of them is the Everqueen's Court Guards, the Regiment of Renown. We also have a Mage of Shadows on horseback and 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, as well as a group of Silver Helms and Illyrian Reavers in the back, and obviously the Star Dragon. Now, as for my opponent's forces, he's got 3 groups of swordsmen, 2 groups of spearmen. He's got 2 Royal Altdolf Gryphites, which is the Regiment of Renown Demigryph Knights. He also has 2 Sunmaker, which are the Regiment of Renown Hellstorm Rocket Battery. I don't know if the funding was right again on this one. I don't know. I also don't like how you can have more than 1 Regiment of Renown in the battles. I didn't really pay too much attention of it while I was actually doing the battles, but looking back at them, a lot of these battles have more than 1 Regiment of Renown in them, which doesn't make sense. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a Regiment of Renown. He's also got a Light Wizard, Karl Franz, on his Griffin, and he also has the Tempelhof Luminarch, which is the Luminarch of Hysh. So, yeah, a lot of stuff we have to get through, but he's hoping we can. So, we already sent it off the back of that, send the Illyrian Reavers in. The Hellstorm Rocket Battery is already going to be firing off into our Silver Helms. They aren't going to last long against the Rocket Battery. Like, look at that damage coming in. It is absolutely brutal. But nonetheless, we do send the Illyrian Reavers in to try and stop some of these. These guys, they're not going to stop. There is a little bit of an opening between the spears, so I do notice that, and I do try to charge in there. Unfortunately, I still do get caught up in some of the spears, but I do manage to get into the back of the Hellstorm Rocket Battery, managing to shut down one for the time being. But unfortunately, look at that. The damage has already been done. Our group of Silver Helms is already shut down. And just to reinstate that fact, there is another volley coming right for him. Actually, no, it's heading for our spearmen. And these poor suckers are not going to survive some kind of bombardment like that. Look at the damage coming in. So our spearmen are now engaged in that fight. And unfortunately, we do lose our Illyrian Reavers. But we didn't even get to shut down one of the bloody artillery units. So that's a damn shame. We do send in the Silver Helms, trying to get in there before they die again. But at this stage, we're just trying to move our artillery, our whole army up, because they have the ranged advantage on us with 480 range. That's more than the freaking bolt thrower. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, we're just trying to move everything up right now to try and combat what we're dealing with here. Luckily, he is just targeting our spearmen for the time being, not targeting our more expensive units, which are the Sisters of Avalon and stuff like that. So that's pretty good for us. I didn't even realize these guys aren't even marching. So I probably should have made them march, made them run. Otherwise, I was wondering why it was taking us so long to get there. And that's bloody why, because they're just having a leisurely stroll through the freaking desert while suffering a freaking battering ram of bloody gigantic missiles raining down upon them. So we do send in the Star Dragon to try and fight Karl Franz. Karl Franz is a duelist. He will do a decent amount of damage to the Star Dragon. But you can see they're trading pretty well. A net of Ammontok does go down on him, so we aren't able to move. I was trying to move him at this stage, trying to just pull him back, because the Demigryph Knights are circling beneath us, and the Luminarch of Hysh is firing in on us, so I didn't really want to do that, and I wanted to pull the breath attacks off, because that's why we flew in here, to deal the breath attack, and Karl Franz kind of just intercepted us. We are putting up a decent fight, though. You can see Karl Franz is taking a decent chunk of damage. And I think we finally managed to get our Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers in range. So these guys start firing in on Karl Franz. That's the first thing we want to try and shut down. Tyrion takes a big shot from the Luminarch and loses quite a chunk of his health. So yeah, Karl Franz does pop a couple of buffs, stand your ground, giving him that extra melee defense because he does see that he's losing here. And like I said, we do bring our Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower to start targeting Karl Franz, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe we're actually trying to shut down the bolt thrower. I don't know. Maybe we had auto fire on and just hit that. Tyrion's taking a bit of damage from that bloody Luminarch. Star Dragon's putting up a good fight against Karl Franz as well, so we're doing a pretty good job there. The Rocket Hellstorm batteries are still firing in on the Sisters of Avalon. We do bring them over to try and start firing into Karl Franz as well. Beyond's Time Warp goes down on him, giving the extra speed and melee attack. We do bring the Spearmen in and under to try and combat the Altdorf Gryphites. And a big Pit of Shades coming in on this Rocket Hellstorm battery. Not enough to shut it down though. That's the unfortunate thing. We just could not shut this thing down for the life of us. We do bring the Spearmen in to try and fight the Templehof Luminarch and Tyrion as well. He's just sitting there. He did get Ned of Amantoct. And you can see big change of damage there from Karl Franz. He pops Galb Miraz, which causes him to deal that extra damage to large, plus the armor-piercing damage. So that's just going to cleave right through our dragon. But he's not looking too hot ourselves. Just like that, the dragon does go down. Karl Franz is still flying around, unfortunately. And he is managing to do quite a lot of our shots. The Everqueen's Court Guard are still fighting. They're on 71 health, though. So, you know, they're still alive. Rocket batteries still firing. We do manage to get one group of spearmen in to shut that down. Lol, jokes, never mind. They're still firing away. Karl Franz, he's in a battle now, and I'm pretty sure we're about to kill him. He's still got 544 bloody health. So, it's not good. Good trade here, though, with the spearmen and the Royal Altdorf Gryphites, which is pretty good. A little bit of friendly fire and extra damage coming in on the Gryphites, but Karl Franz is on 460 health. And these freaking Eagle Claw bolt throwers need to get their shit together. I don't think I've seen one of their shots hit. It's really annoying. So we've still got a couple of groups of Sisters of Avalon, but the Gryphites do see that we are open and vulnerable. So they do switch over there, and we just cannot finish Karl Franz. 323 health. Still not managing to get it. A banishment does come in here, cleaving through our spearmen, as well as some of my opponent's forces. And Karl Franz does come to pick a fight with Tyrion. Not going to go well for Karl Franz. We do pop all of Tyrion's buffs to try and kill Karl Franz, but he's still not going freaking down. And just like that, Tyrion gets a smack on him. Beautifully done. Next up, we do move on to the Light Wizard, I'm pretty sure. Hellstorm rocket batteries are out of ammo, so there's no point in trying to target those things now. Although we still look like we are targeting them. Sisters of Avalon are just firing in on any infantry. These guys are pushing for our Eagle Claw bolt throwers who do spin this group of Sisters of Avalon around, as well as this one. They do start firing in. And I'm pretty sure we do manage to just route them just as they get into there. So we still have both bolt throwers online. The Spellslinger, she's doing her best. She's trying to get away from Tyrion. Tyrion's in the back. He manages to shut down the Luminarch of Hasish, finally. So all that's pretty much left is the basic bitch forces. You got some spearmen, some swordsmen. Not much is left of the Royal Altdorf Gryphites. You can see there's one there, there's one there. They still have a little bit of health left, and they can be pretty dangerous when left alive. Tyrion is coming in for the bloody... just catapults the Light Wizard. 879 health. Shouldn't take too long to kill this. Tyrion is a duelist, a melee expert. Probably one of the best duelists in the game. And the Light Wizard ain't going to survive for much longer. Same says for this Hellstorm Rocket Battery group. But that's fine. Tyrion's here. He's chilling. The Light Wizard is routing. Sisters of Avalon are firing in on the rest of these Gryphites. And we do have the bolt throwers firing in on some of these infantry units as well with their widespread shot. This is the bad news now. Tyrion absolutely gets surrounded by a bunch of spearmen, by a bunch of swordsmen, by a bunch of the Hellstorm rocket battery men. I couldn't finish off the freaking Light Wizard, unfortunately. And because she's still got a little bit to go to get to the actual border, she can come back. I don't remember if she does, but she can. So at this stage, we do just try to form up our ranks. Try and form a bit of a defensive line in front of the Sisters of Avalon around the Eagle Claw bolt throwers. And you can see here we do bring these guys around to try and deal with these ones because they do come back and they manage to shut down our Eagle Claw bolt thrower. Tyrion in a little bit of a pickle here. He's absolutely surrounded by swordsmen, Hellstorm rocket battery men, and more swordsmen. So that's not really great for him. He is a large unit because he is on horseback. But we do pop stand your ground, giving him that extra melee defense and leadership, which is pretty good. You can see the balance of power is in our favor, but my opponent can turn this around quite easily. So we do form up ranks over here with the spearmen just to try and get our army back into some sort of composition. And it's at this stage we do decide to start moving them forward. And you can see my opponent does the same. He kind of pulls back some of his troops to let the spearmen do the work on Tyrion because they do have the anti-large damage extra. So they are going to be able to deal quite a bit of extra damage to Tyrion, unfortunately. But there's not much we can do here. We can't really get him out. He is kind of just stuck in here. We do try to force his way out here, but it unfortunately doesn't work too well for us. We did manage to get the Light Wizard off the field, though, which is great. And Tyrion is slowly trying to get through all these guys. Not working too well for him. He did just cleave that poor sucker. We do pop Feint and Riposte. That'll give us the extra physical resistance and the melee defense, which is wonderful. And the Eagle Claw bolt throwers are now back in range, and they're emptying their loads right all over these poor swordsmen. And I'm pretty sure we bring the Sisters of Avalon and what little ammo they have left as well. forward to try and help Tyrion out. He's almost dead, 884 health. It's not too bad. We've pretty much just got the cheap infantry, which our bolt throwers and our sisters can easily take care of. And we still got quite a few spearmen left. So we're not too worried. Beautiful though. Ready? Wait for this. Oh, juicy Sunfang coming down and shredding through that group of spearmen and this group of spearmen. That was our saving grace. And that is what's going to be enough to break off some of these units and get rid of them. We do pop Foe Seeker, give it a bit of vigor back. And just like that, the rest of the units shatter from that beautiful Sunfang. So guys, that was a pretty good match. I enjoyed that one. A little bit annoyed by the Hellstorm rocket batteries and all three of them. But we did manage to survive through it. They did a huge chunk of damage to us, but we still managed to get rid of them. Gryphites did pretty good as well, but we just managed to come on top with Tyrion and stuff. So yeah, guys, this is going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below for more. But other than that, guys, I will catch you in the next one. I got this